when we come to see you. The teddy bears are here to play. If you don't come play with us, then we will kill you.
One man against 1,000. All the bikies are standing there pointing their guns at him, and he's standing there with one in each hand, pointing them back. They found Anton Kenny, one of the Hells Angels, with his legs chopped off in a 44-gallon drum. Who had taken the bloke's legs off with a chainsaw, got his trunk in the barrel and stuck his legs, feet first, into the barrel, so his feet were up next to his ears when the coppers cut the barrel open. Within a few minutes, the coppers were there at Stevenson Street. And guess what? No gun was ever found.
It would be another 15 years before Dennis learnt that Kathy was his mother and that his nephews and nieces were in fact step-brothers and sisters.
It was about 4 a.m. in the morning on Taylor Square in Sydney, and Stewart John Regan, also known as the Magician, had just gone out in the car to buy a newspaper. Upon returning, he couldn't believe his eyes as the child he was babysitting had gone missing from the back seat of his car. That is the story he told police. Carlos Scott Huey was 2 years old when he went missing. Everyone, the newspapers, the police, the gangsters, knew that Regan had killed the baby. The theory was Regan, who had a bad temper, was babysitting Carlos while his mum was out working on the corner, earning her quid. Carlos began to cry. Regan couldn't take the crying, and he snapped and killed Carlos. Making matters worse, Regan offered a reward for any information regarding the baby's disappearance. Carlos was never found. Regan was never charged as a suspect. This is just one of many murders Regan was suspected of.
Police are appealing to the public for any information that can help locate a missing 2-year-old boy. Carlos Scott Huey was left alone in a car in Flinders Street, Darlinghurst on May 22 and was later reported missing. He has not been seen or heard of since, and his present whereabouts are unknown.
Dennis Allen liked to do his killings at home. Among the victims was one of Allen's dealers, a prostitute and junkie known as Hel Garvanek. Dennis became convinced she was ratting him out to the police and plotted to kill her. He invited her to his home, offering her a taste of a new batch of heroin he had just received. He knew Helger could not resist. According to Jason Ryan, his nephew, Dennis gave her a hot shot of heroin, and it didn't quite kill her. Dennis then ordered Jason Ryan to run down to the local river with a bucket and come back with a bucket full of the river water. Dennis then began to pour the water down her throat, Jason said. It reminded him of a whale. She kept spitting the water out and wouldn't die very easily. Jason said. It took Dennis several attempts to actually drown her, and then her body was thrown in the river.
He said, "Hang on, I'll be back in a sec." He raced into 41, emerged with an AK-47.